teenager Enock Mpianzi died while on the school trip at the start of his high school year. We now have his family's lawyer for more. Ian Levitt is joining me now via Skype. Mr. Levitt, good morning to you. Last time I chatted to you a couple of days ago, you indicated to us here on ENCA that there's an investigation that yourselves have been taking regarding this matter. Can you just, firstly, can we start there? Can you give us an update on that investigation? Is it concluded yet, or are you still busy?
Good morning, Dan. We are still busy with our investigation. The report, I don't know if you've had sight of it, indicates that there was non-cooperation by a number of individuals, and that we will need to clarify and follow up before the investigation has been completed.
So that's still ongoing. Then, in terms of this report that's been released, what is the family planning to do? What's the next course of action for them?
So the next course of action for them is to institute both civil and criminal proceedings against those implicated. To give a context about the criminal proceedings, anyone who is involved in the negligent killing or passing of a human being, that's the definition of culpable homicide. So a number of individuals have been found negligent and reckless leading up to the death of Enock Mpianzi, and they will be charged with culpable homicide. Those, together with the other entities, will also be the subject of civil proceedings to be instituted, and that's a claim for money.
Are you at liberty this day to tell us who will be facing those claims?
So in regard to the civil claims, it will be the Gauteng Board of Education, it will be this principal, it will be the school itself. There are 5 individuals who are members of the school governing board, and there will be the individuals who, and Inyati itself, and the individuals who run Inyati. In regard to the criminal case that will be lodged, at this stage it will be members of the school and Inyati.
And how soon are you going to be instituting those claims?
Dan, the process for a civil claim is as follows. When you institute action against any government department, you have to afford them 30 days notice to deal with your claim. This letter of demand will go out during the course of next week. We cannot institute summons for a period of 30 days thereafter. In that period of 30 days, we will be formulating the summons, and as soon as the 30 days are up, the summonses will be served. In regard to the criminal investigation, as I said earlier, that is still ongoing, and as soon as we have a complete dossier to present to the police, because you must obviously know that only the state can prosecute. When the dossier is completed, that will be given to the police to institute criminal proceedings, and we will be monitoring that case as what's called a watching brief.
And in terms of the investigation, the independent probe by the family, that's still ongoing. When do you think that's likely to be completed?
I would think within the next 8 weeks.
So it's still going to take some time. In the meantime, how is the family bearing up?
They're not bearing up well at all. I've brought onto the team a specialist psychologist who's one of the best in the country. He consults with them quite often. The family, as you can imagine, even just the meeting with the MEC and the attorneys on Wednesday to not only have to hear about the hours and days before the death of their child, which is any parent's nightmare, but you also hear all the individuals involved in the recklessness and negligence leading up to the death. It was the most terrible experience, I can tell you, that I've been involved in a long time.
Thank you very much. Ian Levitt, speaking on behalf of the Mpianzi family. The family independent probe is still ongoing. He anticipates it's going to take another 8 weeks to conclude, and there's all kinds of claims now that are going to be prepared and filed against institutions and individuals, including the laying of criminal charges against some individuals who were involved somehow in the death